Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Finally got the audio on the mic a little bit more sussed out, a little bit more in order. It does mean there'll be a bit more background noise, but I think it's a good sacrifice to make for the crisp quality of my salty tones. I've also added a new LUT to the camera, make it look a little bit more lifelike, more cinematic, and generally fix some of the camera issues I had in the last stream. I didn't realize at the time my knuckles and things were like really red. Looked a bit odd. I think things are a little bit more dialed in every time we go. We make these slight improvements. Starting to get the camera angle worked out. Now I have to actually lean all the way over my desk to be able to cover the camera. I've actually got my head over my desk right now, like directly on top of this moon. It's only once I lean all the way forward that I block the vision. So making improvements every stream, that's the golden standard. That's the goal to live by. Today we're going to be making a Discipad, which is a fun little DIY enthusiast kit that requires hand soldering all these individual components. It's somewhat challenging, but still kind of entry-level stuff. And I thought I built this one, and I'll build another one for a friend, and we'll have a good time. Before we do that though, we need to lube some stabs, clip some stabs, lube some stabs, do all the stab stuff. Tonight's a little bit more of a chill night. Not doing anything overly exciting, no prototypes tonight. Doing something a little bit more fun. A little less stressful. Actually, I'll clip these first. Hey Kuro, hey J Kodge, I am fun. Why, thank you. Yes, I know I'm using scissors to do something that should be done with wire cutters, but I don't have any and I'm going to get some. Let me know how the microphone quality sounds now. Let me know how the camera looks now. Keep making changes every single stream. Has everybody seen the Teotypes Why I Do What I Do video that came out? It's a nice, chill, somewhat short watch. I was disappointed because I had been thinking about doing something along those lines myself, about why mechanical keyboards seem to be growing. But it's good content. I feel like we need more people doing thoughtful, intentional content and less, I guess, unbox therapy type stuff. That's oddly specific, J Kodge. BRB in 8 minutes. I've timed my poops. I know how long it takes. 1 minute to get there, 6 minutes to do the job, and 1 minute to get back. 7 minutes, 57 seconds. That, yep, there we go. I needed it to be more granular, more specific. Now my cat and my dog are chasing each other. And I gotta be like this. How's everybody doing tonight? On this fine middle of the week hump day? Any interesting Keeb projects in the works? Gotta spend those points, right? Right, Jizdonka? That's what they're there for. I think I need to get an overhead light. I've got light on either side, but I always I tend to shadow in the middle with my hands. Something to think about for the next stream. Welcome everybody if you're new here. What do I like about the Discipad Hails? I like that it's not overly complicated in terms of the techniques required to build it. It's all through-hole work. There's no surface mount technique stuff to be required, but it's also not entirely entry level in the sense that when you do a couple of the components, specifically the USB port, it does require using some interesting techniques that aren't just hit with the iron, feed solder in, and you're done. You actually have to have a better understanding about how the solder flows and how to, and know some other techniques, basically. So it's a good entry-level kit. It's not too expensive. Oh, I've lost a foot. There it is. It's not too expensive. It's pretty cheap, especially all things considered. So if you were to buy a DIY soldering kit, you could get something that happens to be functional, as well as something that can teach you a little bit about building a keyboard. I mean, you would need to actually go and research what the different diodes and capacitors and things do, which would help if you needed to diagnose your own issues, but you can build this whole thing just following a guide and having absolutely no idea what you're doing, which is good if you just want to learn the techniques and stuff. The foot keeps falling off because I've hijacked it from something else that I wasn't using, so it's lost its sticky. It's a bummer the streams always happen when you have to do housework, feeding the kids or sweeping and mopping. Oh, my apologies, Bob Sume. Catch the VODs, or chuck it on your phone. This is why we need like AR, augmented reality. You could be walking around with your glasses on, like doing your housework, chopping up food for the kids or something like that, but also watching the stream on a screen that nobody else can see and only you can hear. I live in like the year 2030 inside my head. Read about some of the things that DARPA is working on and some of the more crazy brain-computer interfaces that Elon Musk's been talking about, and I think you would probably do the same. You just built one, Redizon? You just built a Discipad and you're starting a Mysterium build? Very nice. That's a good opportunity to segue into showing you what I'm going to be building. This is a premium Mysterium case by Protozoa Studio. They're sending me the prototype to build. It is an aluminium case with a 3mm thick acrylic top plate across the whole thing, which is awesome because it means if you ever ruin that acrylic, you can replace that acrylic, and it's kind of protecting the paint as well from the oils in your hands. But also they're thinking about trying to implement LEDs to light up the panels along the top. So essentially you'll have a white luminescence across all the PCB exposed components, with a very large brass weight in the underside, like in the body of the case underneath the alphas, specifically like it's been tested and then they moved it and made it bigger to accommodate for, to like basically absorb the sound because they found like around the edges it was too loud. So they've done some R&D on this Keeb. It's got custom hardware, so all the bolts actually say Protozoa on the bolts. Yeah, this is like, in my opinion, this is as premium as it gets while also being, why is the tracking box coming back? Why do you do this to me? It's as premium as it gets really while also being, very DIY, and it kind of like promotes and accentuates those features about it being DIY. So you can have it at work, use it, it'll sound great, it'll feel great, people will respect the aesthetic of it, and it's also a conversation piece. I'm a very big fan of the Mysterium, the Discipline, and the Discipad. That's why I built myself a Discipad. It's why I ordered 3 more for friends to build. It's why I'm buying one of the Protozoas, and I've also already bought a Discipline 65% with a stacked acrylic case. So I'm gonna have the whole family, the whole Disci family. All right, so those are done. Yes, that is a Rama M6A that I won at the Melbourne keyboard meetup last year. Disci fam. Yeah, I'll have to do a photo, an Instagram post, and hashtag Disci fam. I don't know why I like playing with switches. Round and round and round it goes. Which hand it stops, nobody knows. Tell me, Which cup has the switches? Yolk M6C. That's a very nice popping yellow. I got a friend who has ordered one of the Yolk M6Cs as well. Now what am I missing? I am missing my switch cracker. Oh no! It's just occurred to me that my switch cracker has cracked. I can get it out and we'll see, but otherwise hand cracking all of these would be an absolute nightmare. How's the mic tonight? Sounding a lot better? Ooh, hydrate. Thank you, sir. Dude, don't you know H2O is the secret to life? I need to buy a Nutcracker V2. As you can see, mine's missing a leg. My little 3D printed one is missing a leg. But I'm hoping I can cheat the system. Nope. The alternative is we take some filmed and lubed Gat Yellows that I have and put those in it. I wanted to use these though. See how they shine through the side. How does it feel, Mr. Switchcracker? Yeah, it feels pretty bad. Feels pretty bad. I don't even know if I kept the leg. I can't even super glue the leg back on. Not game with tweezers? Yeah, actually, I just bought some tweezers. Let's do that. It's nothing but professionalism here, as you can see. Non-magnetic, soldering tweezers. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, this is a fantastic solution for acting as a heatsink when you're working with fine soldering joins that you need to control a wire or hold a component, like if you're doing SMD work. You get yourself a pair of electronic or like engineering tweezers, and you hold the component or whatever it is that you're soldering or on the wire near where you're going to join it, and it will act as a heatsink, which will stop things stop you from frying your component. It'll also help with stopping the wires from, the shielding around the wires from melting away. Little tip from me to you. The tweezers are so sharp. I need to pick a blunter set. Oh, this is going to be more challenging than I thought, because now I have to hold this and then also push this leg out. Oh man, I've never actually like hand cracked a switch before. Only ever done it with a cracker. There we go. All right, cool, good plan. Thanks for that, fam. Both legs on one side at a time. Ah, with the pointy ones? Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. What I'm doing right now is getting the flat bit under and then twisting it to like pop the leg up. And I'm finding that's actually pretty good to do them one at a time and hold them open. And I'm also not potentially damaging the switch, but it's probably not that much of a risk with the switch, I guess. Is it that much faster? I feel like I'm going as fast as I would be with the switch cracker, honestly. Maybe even like got better control over the switch housing as well. I really want one of those Nutcracker V2s though, I'll tell ya. I bet Youngster has this down to a fine art now. You'd be 20 switches in by now. Thank you for the follow, Project Zero, much appreciated. You get a heart, everybody does. Luckily I'm not doing an entire keyboard tonight, just a numpad. Without the Nutcracker, I am nothing. Nutcracker is life. Nutcracker is love. If only I had a base to hold this. If I had something to hold the station, this is like the prototype template for our mod station. And I could start, it's also a slightly oversized, I think. And I could start using the mod station. But alas, they pop out because it has no legs. It's lacking the rest of the case. I realized too that I'm just like showing you the protozoa thing the whole time, like a freaking fool. Yes, J Codge, come on. When not sleeping, more. Has the puppy been fed, Hales? Hales is on her phone. It's okay, we can excuse her this time. On other channels, there's a limit to how much you can feed the pet. On ours, not so much. The limit is purely the pet's hunger. Gotta remember to take breaks, stretch your wrists. Health tip. as I now know after having tendonitis, if you don't do this stuff, you actually can genuinely really, really put yourself out. Hey Juju, how you doing, buddy? I'm currently lubing and filming some Tangies to go in a black Discipad. I built mine last night, and I'm gonna do another one for somebody else today. If anybody has a line on one of those Switchcracker V2s, holler at me. I think the word was soon on Daily Clack, right? Nutcracker V2 soon. I gave the Juju cable over to Mantis the other day, Juju. He was very excited, very thankful. Nice. Yeah, I believe he's going to get himself a Zenith. I think he probably wants something for his Ortho Chew that we're going to build him. So, happy new customer. Good evening, Aussie72. How are you? I don't know if you've noticed, Juju, but I put a new LUT on the camera, make it look a bit more cinematic. Yeah, a little bit of color grading goes a long way. Looks more like a YouTube video now. Go away, tracking box. Can do things like this. Like this. Yeah. My dirty finger. How close can we go? Oh. That's that good quality. I can just stay in close like this while I'm working on switches. Definitely beats the C920 webcam. Did I join the Discord yet? Oh, sorry, talking to somebody else. Hello again, Epsilon. How are you, my friend? Thank you very much again for the raid the other day. Thank you, Albtrom Rita. Thank you very much for the follow. You get a heart. Everybody gets one. Just a nice, chill, quiet stream tonight. More of a tinkering episode. Money shots of the raindrop. The tracking box is particularly aggressive tonight. I'd thought that I had disabled it. Yeah, I don't know. I sent a bunch of unedited raw shots to Laneware of the raindrop after the stream. So I can confirm they have shots. Oh, nice. What a lad. When's the meetup? July 18th? Nice, that's very soon. I wish I had a reason to be in New Zealand. Must be getting pretty late for you over there at the moment. 11 o'clock or something? Ah, 10, right. Ah, that's right, daylight savings. We don't have daylight savings on yet. Or do we have it on? No, I don't think we do. How cold is it over there for you? I'm not sure which island you're on. But I'm sure it must be getting pretty chilly pretty much everywhere over in NZ. Across the pond. Go away. The final tangerine. I always like to clean as I go. If I don't need the tweezers, might as well put them away. Yep, definitely. I've already ordered some more lube from good old Aldi's Ozols. aka the Lube Master. Do you have any interesting keyboard projects going on at the moment, Epsilon? Any prototype builds or personal projects you've ordered or group buys you're in? I'm very, very eager for my Souffle, my heavy metal keyboard, my Discipline, my Protozoa, my own Raindrop. Well, my fiance's Raindrop. EO87, what is that? Do you want to drop a link in the chat for me? When you rated me, you built a 8X Mark II with creams. Ooh, tasty. Ah, okay. Nice. I like the all-around acrylic diffusion. Is this with a PCB or is this a like drop in a TKL PCB type deal? Whoa. Yeah, okay. Cool. Cool. I like very much. You didn't get the crystal one, you got the regular acrylic? Nice. Yeah, definitely some wild looking cases they had there. Like the way the light was sort of warped inside the crystal was an interesting design I don't think I've seen before. Interesting new take on diffusion. Okay. Can I balance this somewhere? Now would be the awesome part, if I could balance this between something. Ortho chew? And something? Oh, actually, this would be a weird thing to do. Can I use a keyboard stand? No, that's asking for trouble. Blue tack and Lego pieces? Oh, blue tack and Lego pieces yes. I actually do have a massive, massive Lego collection, like tubs and tubs and tubs in storage. Could definitely do that. Could definitely do that. And yes, that is a Laser Ninja stand. I've got two of them over there, holding up two low-key keyboards. Oh, yeah, Laser Ninja is a good guy too. I believe he's also donating a Cospad with one of his acrylic cases to Mantis. Whoa. I can't tell if a spring just went flying or if it just went straight back down to the desk. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, cool, sweet. Just went back on the desk. Nice. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Are you paying to change the emotes, Jiznogger? I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw you do the Laser Ninja baby with the sunglasses. Baby needs sunglasses like the X-Men Cyclops. Exactly. Those laser eyes are dangerous. Thank you for the follow, Based Kent. Much appreciated. You get a heart, everybody does. I'm sure you might appreciate now, Epsilon, the camera, I've changed it from forward facing to backward facing, so now it's coming towards me rather than from me to the desk, so now I actually have to lean all the way over to block the camera. That's big brain. That's big brain streamer. Breaking in some creams? Nice. By breaking in some creams, do you mean just sitting there going up and down the alphas, or like, do you have a method? Or are you just typing on them like regular typing? Doing typing tests and stuff? What's a toque? Is that a beanie? It is a GDC 2019 beanie. I went to GDC 2018 and 2018 thanks to funding from Film Victoria. I also have a zip-up sort of professional-looking jacket, like I guess a professional blazer kind of thing, which I really, really like and I wear all the time at the office as a software dev. It's nice to have a little professional piece of clothing when everyone tends to wear tees and very relaxed clothing. You got something that's slightly professional but also says, hey, I like video games. No! Thank you for the follow, Ashik Paul. Much appreciated. You get a heart. Everybody gets one. Thank you for the follow, Tartar Gravy. I love that name. That's... I see what you did there. See what you did there. How long does a lubed switch last before it needs relubing? Well, the advice that I was given from Aldi's Ozols, who is the big Oz lube guy, was that 205GO, 206GO, 205G2, and those thicknesses of lubes, or at least those specific lubes, should last about 2 years with regular daily use. But that is obviously dependent on the migratory qualities of that lube. You know what I just did? I just clipped two together. I didn't film them. What's my typing speed? 1 million typing speeds. It depends. Without punctuation, 140. With punctuation, mid to high 120s. But I usually top out at about 110 on stream because of nerves. Someone in the group, who might even still be in the chat actually, had a typing speed of 162 without punctuation, which was mind-boggling to me. I like that buttery smooth linear sound. Tyson builds, if only it was easy to ship over there, I'd totally get you a Switch opener. Oh, mate. Mate, why you say this now? Don't do this to me. I'm holding out for a Nutcracker V2. Once they're back in stock at the local proxies, I will be getting myself one promptly. I did have a Switch opener. The leg broke literally like yesterday. Give me that zoom. Stuck to my arm. Give me the focus. I think if I block enough of the camera, it'll realize what I'm trying to achieve. The focus is fighting me today. There you go. It's missing a leg. You can see there's just a leg missing here. I will be right back. Give uno momento, por favoro. That was a question? Yeah. Oh, Socialite, welcome back. Thank you for stopping by the channel. You've been quite a regular lately. Did I get it? Did I get it correctly? Oh, I didn't even read the message. I just saw your name and thought I'd say hi. Bam. Getting better. Third time is indeed the charm. Give me 2 seconds. I will be right back. Maybe even find my cat, who you can see is absent because she wants to be alone like cats do. Be right back. Hey, S3LQ, welcome back, welcome back. Is that you raising your hand to say that you are a Kiwi? Thank you for the follow, Cloud9 Andy. Much appreciated. You get a heart. Everybody gets one. Oh, you're from Norway. Nice. International audience. Nice to see an Aussie streamer. Thank you, Cloud9 Andy. Yeah, I feel like every time I was awake and wanting to watch Twitch and wanting to watch someone streaming keyboard stuff, everybody was asleep. So I figured I might as well just stream my own keyboard stuff, and then I get the streaming experience, but from the other end. I just enjoy talking about keyboards, building keyboards. Am I a game developer by profession or just a side thing? I taught graphics programming, AI and other computer science subjects at a university in Melbourne for a little while. I also worked at a university for a neuroscience lab making, working on a serious game or like a game for research. And I am otherwise a hobbyist. I have done a bunch of global game jams at the Melbourne site every year. Thanks for the follow, Dialogue5, much appreciated. My partner and I were also sent to GDC the last 2 years in a row, which was super exciting, thanks to the support of Film Victoria. Thanks for the follow, Zakiho, much appreciated. So I guess you could say, oh, let me fix that. Where's the button? Where's the button? You could say that I would consider myself a hobbyist game dev, but in a more serious capacity previously. I have friends that work at EA and ArenaNet, Riot and stuff like that, and I would consider them to be game devs, much more so than I ever was, or likely ever will be, because I am what people like to call a private industry sellout. I took a nice job at a big global web company. Because the benefits are much better. Games is unfortunately an industry that is extremely challenging to get into and unfortunately does not pay nearly enough for the amount of stress and headache that you go through as a game developer. Did that say streaming tomorrow at 7 PM NZ? Oh, you are? Nice. Excellent. I will make sure to be there. I will engage with the chat and host you and all that good stuff. I need to add you to my host list. I wonder if Hales can take care of that for me. Oh, access denied. That's a negative. I'll have to do that myself before then. Send me a message. Ping me on any of the platforms that you can ping me on. And I will make sure to do that and add you. What type of apps do I develop at the global web company? The company that I work for is called Seek, which is a market leader in the job search marketplace. So web companies that help you find jobs, like LinkedIn, that kind of thing. We're a global leader in 18 countries. Well, I shouldn't say global leader in 18 countries. We're a leader in 18 countries. We're the #1 job site in 18 countries. Snobbed? Massive sellout? Zakiho, currently studying software eng at Uni Melb, at a crossroads to see what exactly I want to dive into first. Yep, I've been there. Happy to answer any questions anytime. Software development is something I'm very passionate about. I am currently mentoring one of our graduates at Seek, who came in through our grad program, same way that I did. I often mentor and share whatever I can knowledge-wise with friends and anyone really that's interested in getting into software dev, so happy to answer questions. As both someone who taught at a uni and now works private industry, I have somewhat of an insight, I suppose you might say. Definitely more than I did when I finished uni. Is there a common thing? Oh, let me go from top to bottom. Am I using a capture card or software for my camera? I was using the Canon webcam utility, but then it was brought to my attention, thanks to my brother, Neutralize, that Random Frank P did a video on YouTube of the $30 USB HDMI capture card that you'll probably see floating around, which I originally thought would be cheap and a bit of a waste of money, but that's what I use. $30 capture card does basically the same thing as a cam link for probably 10% of the price. The only difference is it does 30 FPS instead of 60 FPS, but did you even notice? Found it on the old eBay. Amazon too, at the same, it's the same one. It's basically the exact same capture card. People are rebuying them and selling them since the Random Frank P video for like $60. You'll find them for 25 AUD on eBay. That is where I would go first. And it took a couple of days to arrive. What other questions did I have? What's your good boy's or girl's name? There's actually a command for that. I believe if you do exclamation pets. Thank you for the follow. Oh, that's not a good enough heart. Come on, I can do better than that. Awesome keyboards. Thank you for the follow. You get a heart. Everybody does. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I've been changing desk mats. Hey, go away, tracking box. I've been changing desk mats every stream. I'm now out of desk mats. I'm waiting for more to arrive. Good morning to you, awesome keyboards. I'm guessing you are in America, maybe? Europe? I don't know. Not Europe, because London would be the middle of the day. It'd be lunchtime. $5:41 a.m. in Texas? Oof. Well done getting up early. I'm sure there's a quote from Warren Buffett about getting up early. Something, something, early bird, something, investment, wealth, something. The desk mat looks like a white Pac-Man nomming on the switches. Yes, you are correct. That is an accurate assessment of the desk mat. All right, that was a question I missed. I said I'd go from top to bottom, and I completely missed it. Is Cloud9 Andy? Is there a common thing employers look for within the field? Within the field of computer science? Within the field of software development? Yeah, CS field? Funnily enough, I will answer with my own opinions, but Seek actually does offer, I believe Seek has a system for identifying common things. I could be totally wrong. I should look into this. In my opinion though, things that employers look for getting into software development, it can vary widely. I think as someone just getting into the field, it's much less important for you to be an expert in a specific technology, because most people who are hiring fully expect that juniors are malleable, they're sponges. The idea is that they want to know that you have a keen interest in software development, that you're passionate about it, that you go out of your way in your own time to work on projects, to join hackathons. We've had game developers come through our graduate program. We've had adult career changes, people who had kids and then came back to the workforce. It can vary widely, but the one thing that every single person consistently kind of needs to have to even get through the initial stages of resume passing is passion. Have you got some side projects that you've worked on? Have you contributed to anything open source? Are you doing certificates in your own time? Are you studying a degree in your own time while working full time? Like, it's not necessarily... One other piece of advice I would give you is it's not about how much you've done individually compared to everybody else. One thing I noticed when I was working at RMIT is that many students compare themselves to the people around them, and they think that, go away, tracking box. They think that because, oh, what you... I can't even move them because they'll, there we go. Ah, damn it. I was saying stuff. I was saying some things. Employers, look for passion, etc. That's right. Don't compare yourself to every other student or every other person starting out their careers in software dev. RMIT, not comparing your skills to others. Yeah, don't compare yourself to others, and don't think that because someone else is an absolute genius at graphics programming or at AI or something, that you're not going to be good enough to get those opportunities, because there are many categories of things that good web companies assess, and it's not just your technical ability, and a lot of people focus far too heavily on their technical ability. and they don't put enough consideration into their interpersonal skills, their teamwork, cooperation skills, and that kind of thing. And honestly, in software dev, 80% of your job is talking to people about problems and working out problems with other devs. If you can't communicate with people and can't communicate through a problem, that's going to be your biggest downside. So passion, great communication, and like no one's going to look at your GitHub and analyze how efficient your algorithms are. Ever. Like I don't think, and if they were, that's not the kind of place I personally would want to work. It depends on who you are. I think the earlier you start, the better you're off with uni is not necessarily true. I didn't study until I was 24, and I had much less interest in going out drinking, no interest in partying and that kind of thing by that age, and I was able to focus much more intently on what I was studying, and I was able to get HDs across every subject without actually feeling like I was pushing myself to my limits. So that's my advice. Work on some side projects, have great communication skills. Yeah, that's some key stuff right there. They meant earlier looking for internships. Okay, if you're looking for internships, the exact same things apply. If you're looking for internships, have side projects that you've worked on, be able to hold on. Oh, sorry. Look for internships early. Yes. A big thing that you can do is apply for tons of internships. They don't have to. They should pay. They definitely should pay. Internships should not be unpaid in Australia. Ever. Get a paid internship anywhere, and that's going to be more useful having actual work experience under your belt than anything. Like, get a degree, that's great, that's just a checkbox to open the door, or get some certificate or something like that. But ultimately, work experience is going to be the first thing that gets you in the door. Now, the best thing that gets you in the door for a big graduate program like Seek's one, for example. But then you have the age-old problem of how do you get work experience without having work experience if you need work experience to get work experience. And that's where what I was saying before comes into play. Open source projects, personal projects are a great one. They don't even have to be completed. When I got my job at Seek, I wrote down that I was working on a couple of projects, because I was working on a couple of projects at the time for different things. And it's mostly what those projects are about. Like, do those projects benefit humanity in some way? Are you trying to improve your skill set in some way? Yeah, it always helps to have your resume and CV reviewed by people in the industry who have some understanding or have done hiring practices before. Seek offers some resume checking things, as far as I understand. And there's a lot of people out there who can give you great advice on your resume. People are starting to shift away from dot point style resumes and whoop. Let me grab the battery. Hopefully these ones are also charged. Cool. Thank you for telling me to hydrate, whoever that was. Rad Eats, thank you, much appreciated. I wish the cat would come back so everyone can see the kitty. calling people can definitely help, I think, when you're applying for an individual role rather than something like a grad program where there's many people getting those roles, or even an internship where, like an IBL, an industry-based learning program where they take multiple students at a time and they take them for about 6 months to give them an understanding of what it's like to work in the industry and potentially put them through into their grad programs, which I guess is a good segue to mention. Getting into an IBL program or an internship, as you might call it overseas, is a really good way of transitioning from an IBL into a grad program. That's what we do at Seek sometimes. But those people still go through the same process as everybody else, making sure that they're the right candidate at the time of the program. It's just a good way to get that experience, and once you're exposed to a company's systems, you're already valuable. You're already more useful as a hire than someone else. I see what I've done. Switch films can be really annoying. I'd say we might even end up just doing switch modding tonight at this rate. Get all the switches prepared and then do the Discipad build on the weekend, or potentially even do a third stream this week. Back to studying exams. Good luck, Zakio. Drop by anytime if you need an opinion on a problem or a question answered about your coding. Hey Tay, how you doing, mate? Just looked up, I'm like scrolling through the chat, scanning through it with my eyes. See you there. I see you, baby. Night Epsilon Keyboards, thanks for dropping in, mate. Puppy sad. Hey Laneware, how you doing, mate? Thanks, Awesome Keyboards. Make sure to come by again. Yeah, good job, Neutral. Poppy always needs to be fed. What happened to the music? There's like 40 seconds of silence at the end of this song. Come on. Anytime, if you want to ask me questions, awesome, feel free. That is half of the reason why I'm here. I've even thought about doing coding streams, like maybe I would do some game dev, if I get into any interesting projects or feel like there is something I could share from my game dev courses and stuff. But live coding is always super challenging. And not always as interesting as it might sound. Still yet to get your hands on some Tangerines, Laneware? I think that they're very different to inks in the way that they are, their spring behavior is different. I'm not sure quite how. I had a discussion on AUMK about it the other day. But they're also very, very poppy. Gat houses don't really respond very well to switch films in my experience. So Tangerines you can film to sort of help combat that a little bit. But Gat inks you don't really need to film, in my opinion, you just lube them. Thanks for the follow, Minerj G1. Ah, I can hear the cat now. She's stuck in the bedroom. That's why she hasn't been there the whole time. Because they'll be fighting. For all the new subs, if anyone's in the channel who's a sub, all new emotes and sub badges are up now. Get yourself 2 of the cat Mara and 2 of the dog Kira. You need money now? If only someone would gift sub. The puppy's sad because she can hear the cat. She just wants to play. Kira is being a treat piggy and a big sook. Pretty sure that's like all you can hear, just like 50% of the time it's just her going, hello. 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 Does anybody ever talk to their dogs? Oh, hey. That's all she wanted. She just wanted a little bit of attention. Hey. This is going to devolve into a puppy channel. It's just going to be me dealing with the puppy. Oh, thank you for the follow, Minerch1. You get a heart, and a second heart, a third heart, a fourth heart. They're actually different hearts. I didn't just actually move my hands from side to side. Promise. Oh, did I say follow? I meant subscribe. I do this every time. I say follow, but I genuinely mean subscribe. I even changed the GIF and the noise so they're specifically different, and I recognized it when I heard it, and my stupid brain still said follow. Much appreciate the subscription. Now you have a little heart badge. And if you stick around for a year, which is a long time, and I fully appreciate that's very likely not to happen, but if you stick around for a year, you'll get a rainbow heart badge. We got a local artist, took the donation money that I received from a stream the other day, and got a local artist to do heart badges, the heart hands, which I love. And some emotes of the pets. Posture check. Oh, thank you very much. I should add a stretch check because my wrists get sore. Pride heart. Fick. Oh, I didn't even realize it was a gift sub. I said thank you because that's what came up on my screen, and I just realized it was a gift sub. Thank you very much, Neutralize, for the gift sub. I'll click that button. Getting faster and faster at getting the camera back on. Hello, Aram Sifter. Can't I turn it to infinite? Turn what to infinite? Live view? Yes, I turned off the auto disabling stuff. But unfortunately, it still does this thing where it's like, hey, you can switch to live view now. You know, when you see a really nice group buy and you realize, hey, I've got no money. That's like every day. The story of my life right now. Buy a house instead. See what you did there. What lies have I said? No lies at all, mate. Only true facts. the validity of which is up to me to determine. What are my thoughts on cream switches? They are loud. I don't think I want to go through the breaking in process and then desolder and then lube, or live with hot swap and break them in. I think that I don't know. I think they're amazing once they're broken in. Once they're broken in, lubed and everything else, they're amazing. When I typed on a keyboard at the Melbourne meetup last year, I remember very definitively feeling and thinking the best feeling keyboard there was a heavily broken in Creams keyboard. Earae? I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to say. Oh, you know what I shouldn't have done? I should have done all this before I did the stabs. Because now I'm gonna have like... Oh well. Let's see how we go. Let's see how far we get. However, I am going to clean my hands because I'm putting lube over everything. How long to break them in for? There is someone in chat. Epsilon's already left chat for the night, but they could have told you. They're streaming 7 p.m. New Zealand time tomorrow. Definitely watch their channel because I think they're actually going to be breaking in and lubing creams, or they're breaking in creams tonight. So maybe check them out tomorrow. Go and follow them. Give me 2 seconds, I'll go and clean the lube off my hands and then we can get cracking. Righty. The doggo did look comfy. Sit. Down. Wait. She heard the food. Is Protozoa located in Australia? No, they are located in London. You're wondering what I'm doing? I'm putting these diodes into the board. Usually, the negative side is marked with a black line. And you just take your fingernail, place it near the diode and bend it. And then put the two legs in with the black line facing towards the negative via, which is usually denoted with a square. So you can see here, you've got squares along the top and circles along the bottom. Pretty sure the square is the negative. Thanks for the follow, Lightning Jr. Much appreciated. Usually once you put the diode legs through, flip the board over, hold the diode down, and bend the legs. And then what you'll end up with is a bunch of diodes sitting nice and flush. Some people like to do different techniques, but what I've been doing, or what I like to do, come on camera, give me that focus. What I've been doing, what I like to do is go along, do all the diodes, bend the legs, solder along the top, basically just like a spot weld, just to tack them in, and then clip the legs along the bottom and solder along the bottom. I don't know, people like to do different techniques, maybe there's a better way of doing it. Yes, the Protozoa case for the Discipline looks amazing. The one for the Mysterium looks awesome as well. The cat has decided to join us this evening, grace us with her presence. Puppy, as usual, is not happy with the cat getting any attention whatsoever. Thank you for the follow, Neology. Much appreciated. You get a heart. Everybody gets one. I think you can see the dog jumping up at the cat. Might as well turn the dog cam off, since she's not going to sit in her bed. Alright, so, as I was saying, I've essentially pushed them all the way through. You can see they're all sitting flush, with the exception of this last one. What I like to do is pull on the wire and push down on the diode at the same time. Your underscore key is kind of slanted. Not sure if it's supposed to be like that. Nope, it's definitely not supposed to be like that. Is it a custom keyboard or a standard, like off-the-shelf type deal? If it is slanted, it could be the switch is not quite straight. If it's a GMK set, it's likely not the keycaps, it's probably the switch. Some switches are straighter than others. If you've got cherry switches, you might have a little bit of not straightness. Safety first, always use your smoke extractor. Hey, hey, hey! Cat and the puppy are actually genuinely fighting. They never do that. Yeah, using a debit card Neology is a good way of checking it. And yes, this is a TS100. I've had one for a couple of years. Ah, I fat-fingered the button. The only downside to this that I find is the way that I've got it set up, this wire is always hanging. If I could hook this the wire off the back over something, that would help me a lot. Mouse bungee might work, yeah. The box around my left hand, it's a tracking box. I need to figure out how to disable that. I thought that I had already disabled it, but it appears because I'm using a DSLR, it occasionally will activate the AI tracking system and try to intelligently work out what's happening in the scene. So definitely gonna have to have a look at that one again. Yeah, sorry, I was just talking to someone. Yeah, so what I was saying before is I'm just tacking them from the front because I don't like soldering the back and then clipping them. So I like to solder them from the front, just like a very quick little tack, and then snap off the legs. Go away, box. See you, Cloud9 Andy. Good luck with the study, mate. Neutralize, good question. You've never soldered anything in your life. Ooh, eating homemade cookies with milk. Nice. Now I want cookies. I wonder if my scissors will work as clippers because I don't know where my wire cutters are. No, I don't like that. I'm gonna do blasphemy now. I was meant to go pick up some wire cutters today. Soldered the entire stereo in the Swift. True. Was that actually soldered though? Good job. I always just use crimps. List my dream Keeb. I don't know. Honestly, like, I feel like split keyboards are too valuable as a software dev to overlook. I think to me, an end game keyboard goes against why people build keyboards. I think that there is no end game. Yeah, correct. sold out keyboard is best keyboard. Yeah, the keyboard you can't buy. The keyboard you want but can't buy. Yeah, I think split keyboards are really endgame for me in terms of functionality, but aesthetically, I really like a solid TKL. Yeah, for aesthetics, I think TKL make really nice desk pieces. Endgame is when you're living on the street, sleeping under your desk mats with Keebs as a pillow. Yeah, red is on. Correct. I'm almost tempted to do this build another day once I have the wire cutters, simply because I'm going to sit here for ages snapping off wires. Oh, thank you for the follow. Mattias Wilson, much appreciated. What looks weird? What I'm doing with the wires? Yeah, it's horrendous. I'm committing blasphemy. Thank you for the hydration request. I like clean joins, and I don't like having diode legs sticking out of the bottom of the PCB. Drank more. All right, cool. I'll drink more. Do bytes help the streamer? No, so bytes are like the chat points. That's just like, you can, as a streamer, you can name your chat points, so I've named them bytes. Bits help. Bits go directly to the streamer. Subs and gifted subs, Twitch gets to distribution of it based on like how many subs you have or something. They change the ratio based on how big you are. Donations are 100% straight to PayPal. There's nothing between you and the streamer. The dab redeem? Dab. Oh, straight arm. Dab. I did hand dabs originally. I was like, dab, dab. Yeah, it's also hurting my feelings. Without a... Oh my god, Kira. Being an absolute nuisance tonight. I've misplaced my wire cutters a long time ago, and I've been getting away with using the cutting section of a wire crimper. But unfortunately, when you're doing diode legs, you kind of really need those diamond tip wire cutters. Oh, nail clippers. This is big brain. Every time I stream, I get these genius ideas for like how to do stuff when you don't have the tools. I'll be right back. Let's give it a go. The cat do be vibing though. The cat do indeed be vibing. Where'd this moisture come from? I'm guessing 90% of what you can hear is just the dog. No way! That's so good. I need to share this with everybody. Just genuinely. Alright? You saw what I was doing before. That stupid nonsense I was doing before with the blasphemous pin bending. Come on, camera. Okay? Before, I was going wibble wobble, wibble wobble, wibble wobble, wibble wobble, wibble wobble, wibble wobble. Now, thanks to Big Brain. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? BAM! Yeah, can we gift this person a sub? Like, I really wish that I had the ability to just like give people subs. Like Twitch should, like, you know what I mean? Like I get no money, Twitch gets no money. It's just like I'm giving someone access to the sub features for a month. Oh, neutralize with another gift sub. What a champ. What a champ. This is next level. Nail clippers is next level. That's definitely Big Brain. Wow. Oh, that's some, yeah. Get yourself some, nail clippers. Keeb fiends, get yourself some nail clippers. Because you know what? That actually doubles as... So here's the diode leg from the nail clipper job. Here's the diode leg from my work. Come on. Damn it, I cut my nails and now I cut... So one of these legs you can reuse for other projects if you want to solder two things together. The other one, not so much. This is a carbon filter. That's what you're asking? Yes, it's carbon filter. Did somebody ask what it was? This? What's this for? Filtering dem carbons. You can probably see if I zoom it in. See how it's sucking away that smoke? Give you a little bit more action. Yes, it is cable tied to a fan. It used to be a fan out of a PC case. I wired in a step-up regulator from 5 volt to 12 volt and then a USB-A connector so that basically it runs off of USB instead of off of a PC case, off of a PC power supply. So this is what I said would be a problem before. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have screwed in these the stabs because now this thing's gonna be flippity flopping around all over the place. Alright, so what you want to see is some nice shiny boys. Give me that focus. Well, I guess you can see the shine in the bokeh, so you know that they got that glimmer. So most of them very shiny, a couple a little bit dull. They got the right shape. What is my daily driver? At the moment, I am using my HHKB as a daily because I'm having issues with my DZ65 RGB at the moment. It's being temperamental. But my daily driver usually is this. It's a 65% stacked acrylic case by Low-Key Keyboards, with my chosen Zelda graphic on the back. With a Aurelian crest cutout to see the PCB through, and a Triforce cutout that is impossible to show on camera, but it actually shines through to the brass plate underneath. Acrylic Tofu 65 in stock. Poof. I don't know. I always like to try AliExpress. KBD fans and AliExpress are like the go-to for things that are generally in stock. Kira, why are you being sad? Why are you making noise? This is the downside. I get better audio by not having the noise gate and stuff on, but you can hear everything happening around me. Yes, Tam does awesome work. I've got the Ortho 2 there ready to donate to someone. And I got my 65, my DZ65. There's some great new keyboards coming out on keyboardtreehouse.com.au as well. A Southpaw stacked acrylic that I was very interested in if I had funds to enter any more group buys than I'm already in. Oh, the RTX filter. This is getting big brainer every time. Is it going to cut out other background noise? Maybe I'll look at it next time. This song is just slightly too oriental, not that I have a problem with that. It's just a little bit, it makes me think too much of old samurai movies. Every time I have to skip it. If someone gives more subs than there are viewers, what happens? That's actually a very good point. Like, if everybody is subbed, who gets the gift sub? A follower? Followers and then randoms? Yeah, I thought so. Random subs to channels you've never watched? That's random. I guess at the end of the day, you're trying to support the streamer, but you're also trying to grow the community and give people a reason to come back. It's kind of weird that they would sub someone who's never been to the channel. Talking about what's happening in Victoria? You mean the regression in stay-at-home laws? It is unfortunate that a bunch of people ignore the rules and go out and have big family gatherings and stuff. understand why, but this is what happens. I feel bad for everybody who is in service work. I used to work in hospitality and do laboring and stuff before I was in software. And my heart goes out to those people. I don't even think I need to tack it now that I'm doing the old nail clipperoo. No, please, dab, no. Dab. Yeah, I've been considering changing that one to something else. I almost think that people tell me to hydrate while I'm soldering just to slow me down. That's one. That's two. That's three. Oh, there was more before? Oh, my, okay. That's four. That's five. Almost feels like there'd be like a keyboard drinking game here. Also a recipe for disaster. Ah. And they just, it's cheap, that's the problem. It's so cheap. All right, last one. And then I'm gonna not do any for half an hour. There you go, got some water. Out of curiosity, what knife is this? Oh, thank you for the bit cheer. Much appreciated. You're on that leaderboard now. What was the question I was answering? Out of curiosity, what knife is this? This knife? This was gifted to me by a friend. I always forget what the name of it is, what the name of the designer is, and also it's very messy because I've been cutting boxes with it. But the logo is on the blade if it wants to focus for me. Let's go focus! That little pair of hipster glasses with a mustache and the raised eyebrow. It's not illegal to carry a knife with a latch, with a latching system, like this one. Can't actually close it. It's got a lock bar. I think might be illegal to carry. I don't know. I'd have to look into it, but I know that when I did look into the laws, it's basically like in Australia you can carry a knife if you have a justifiable reason. Working in IT for many years, you open boxes, cut cables, you cut a lot of stuff. I use this every day, all the time. Yeah, not illegal to carry if you have a purpose, which as long as you've got a job that justifies owning a knife, which is fairly easy to do, you can carry one. No, there's obviously laws around the mechanism for releasing it. Like if the release mechanism, like flick blades, you can't press a button, like it has to be manually deployed. You can't just press a button and flick the blade out. Kira, hey. Stop it. Some knives, I think you can't even import them. Like I think if you try to buy them, you can't buy them, or they'll get held up at customs. So to give you an idea of the difference between the way that I solder and the way that other people might do this. What you can see is my technique on the top and the common technique on the bottom. It's really hard to cleanly clip away all of the diode legs from the bottom when you solder from the back, because you always end up with a bit of extra solder and stuff running up the legs. But if you do what I do, where you tack the top first, so you basically just hit the top with a very small amount of solder, and then when you hit it from the back, you're able to clip the legs first, and you get a very nice clean join compared to the more common technique that other people use. Little solder mangroves, yeah, correct. And it kills me. I hate that. I hate that, like, untidy job. So yeah, when you want to build something that you can see the work, even from the side or something like that, yeah, sometimes it's sort of a, what is it? Who does tacking? Welders. If you work in industrial welding, they tend to tack things and line things up first before they actually go ahead and do the job so that they can make things clean. And so I just sort of picked up that habit, I guess. I ordered the Discipad from an Australian who happened to order a bunch of kits. Usually when you get a Discipad, someone wants one and they order all the parts in themselves and then sell off all the extras. Because obviously a minimum PCB order is more than most people actually need. So you'll find people on the Australian Discords and stuff doing group buys of like 10. Like I've got 10 kits to sell. Oh, nice. Redazon might even be the person that I got my Discipad from. Don't know. Wow, champion effort neology. Refunded you for a butterfly knife and then you paid them extra because they were such a champ. That's good lad behavior. Hey. What? Hey, no. She's sitting where her bed normally is and she's just thinking, why the hell is my bed not here? See, I'm trying to chew through this. It's very difficult. Doesn't want to break because it's electrical tape. Problem solved. Use a knife. Why doesn't that want to... Aha! There is a diode leg stuck in my knife. I did have a pair of scissors on my desk, but I decided not to use them. Thank you for the follow, Resist. Makes me think of the movie with the sunglasses. If nobody knows what that movie is, but knows the meme references, then shame on you. Oh, thank you for the sub. Oh, I almost did it again. I almost said follow. Thank you for the sub, Steady Chicken. Greatly appreciated. Much love. That doesn't want to flow. Why don't you want to flow? There we go. Huge Pokemon announcement nearly an hour? Ooh, boy. What's that going to be? Pokemon Snap information? My camera's trying to launch a missile at me again. It's like targeting. I feel like if I could write an algorithm that picks up this tracking box and then just like launches rockets off the side as a little reminder, like I hear like a at it and then just like wave my hands. Posture check. I was already sitting very straight. Thank you. All right, so another opportunity. See, this is why I like the Discipad. Gives you lots of opportunities to flex your techniques, try different things, as I showed you here with these two different kinds of techniques. Probably a Let's Go game based on gold or silver. That'd be interesting. But another thing that you can do with the Discipad, or another reason I like the Discipad, is because it forces you to learn techniques for doing... Give me that focus, camera. It gives you an opportunity to practice doing joins like this. You might not be able to see it very easily, but there's actually a ton of very small, very tight tolerance welds that you have to do here. And the way that you deal with that is with your good old friend, Flux Paste. but also soldering technique. For anyone who doesn't know, flux acts as a, I guess, an encouraging element to transfer heat to where it belongs. And if you don't know, solder is attracted to heat. So the hottest element, well, not necessarily the hottest element, but hot elements are where the solder will want to flow. And so flux will help the solder essentially encourage the bond between the solder and the pad by a chemical heat relationship. All right, cool. So you might have just gone, what the hell? He didn't actually hit the pads with any solder. What's he doing? Doesn't this guy know you're not supposed to wet the iron and then do a join? Come on, camera. Why you gotta deny me? Go away, Flux. Why do I have autofocus? It's not that the autofocus is slow, it's that it's not actually detecting that I want to track at the time. Like if I move it away, right? It's like that's not that slow. Like it's slow now because it doesn't know what I'm trying to track onto, but if I move away, it tracks. So what I was trying to show you, I think it's the portion of the screen, how much of the screen is out of focus. If I turn this sideways and then try to focus. Yeah, see, it's just like the portion of the screen that's in focus, it's happy with that. All right, cool. So the idea is that you wet your soldering iron and then just run it along those points with flux, and it will naturally encourage through the flux off the iron and down into the holes. And you want to use a small enough amount that you don't bridge any gaps, which is a really common thing to do. And if I can get it to zoom in close enough, you can actually see right. Oh, it's like stupid using my finger. You can see right. Right there, there's actually two pads joined together. So, this is normally step 2 of learning techniques. Take your solder wick and your flux, reflux it. Grab your iron, grab your wick, your solder wick. Try and get a clean bit of the wick. And then you want to basically lay your wick over the flux, over the pad, and then just tap it with the iron. And what you're trying to do is suck up that additional solder. Nice. All right. Just use thermal paste. All right, cool, cool. I'm gonna need to cut that off soon. I can use my knife. No, I'm kidding. I'll use scissors for that. Okay. We'll test that out a little bit later. Doesn't look to have any bridges. You might know how to do it, Neology, but not everybody in the chat does. This is a chat for all. I don't know about whether or not it's center point in terms of the camera. Whoa, that was really quick then. It could actually be center point. But when I zoom in like this, isn't the whole thing center point then? You know what I mean? To fix a bad solder joint is to never do one. Oh, there you go. And yeah, correct, because the focus is coming on all over the place, so it can't be center point. Oh. How did that not alert? Did Steady Chicken just sub and it didn't even thing? Oh no, it was 11 minutes ago. I did that one. My mistake. Mod a K95. What are you going to do with it? How are you modding it? Oh, actually, that's something I should show as well. How would people feel about Keeb Fiend merch? So not merch for me, because that's kind of silly when you don't really have a massive audience. But what about Keeb Fiend apparel, shirts and things like that? So like funny crossovers between other types of geek culture or like car culture and stuff, like built not bought on a t-shirt with a keyboard exploded into its parts rather than like an engine exploded and it says built not bought. But I started looking at the merch store stuff that Streamlabs offers. And I personally really like the idea of making myself a hype puppy beanie with the hype puppy emote. So at the moment I've just been throwing up the emotes to like see what the store would look like, but yeah, some cool things in the works. A t-shirt with a Keeb pocket, or a Keeb graphic on a t-shirt pocket, or a t-shirt pocket with like a numpad. Oh, thank you Redazon for the subscription. Much love, much appreciated. What about a t-shirt with a numpad printed on the pocket. So it looked like not on the pocket, but coming up out of the pocket. So it looked like you were carrying a numpad with you everywhere without actually carrying one. So that kind of stuff is what I'm thinking about doing. Like, not merch for anything me related, but just merch generally speaking for people in the keyboard community. So it'd be all just general Keeb interest, Keeb fiendy type things. Yeah, exactly. A Tentaku or like the top of a Discipad or something like that. Like something that is very, very obviously like techie and geeky and not just a numpad. Like not just the top of a Keychron numpad or a Corsair numpad sticking out, but actually something meaningful. Like something that says, I build keyboards. If you're talking about switch swapping neology, I 100% support switch swapping off the shelf keyboards. In my opinion, I think that's where people should start. Although I know that you're not starting there, but I'm a big proponent for taking your existing hardware and making it better before buying into new stuff. Because making your stuff better is going to help you understand how to make a good keyboard in the first place. The C3 Tangy switch, like the one on the box it comes with. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Like anything I can get away with, by get away with, I mean like if I can use the Tangerines likeness to make a shirt or something, then I will. But obviously, I don't know what the legalities are with that kind of stuff. Prob's copyrighted? Yep, probably. Yeah, I'm also a big fan, neology, of keyboards with extra functionality beyond just the keys. I really like rotary encoders and those sorts of things. I feel like that's the new hotness for me. I didn't get into that artisan drop. I wanted to. I missed out on it. It happened in the middle of the night. Classic Australian situation. But I'm sure they'll do more. Now that they have the license, I'm sure they're not going to stop. Yeah, I have heard bad things about the drop control neology and generally speaking the drop keyboards. Not that they're, you know, it's the way that the plate is integrated into the case, the thinness of the plate, there's just a lot of things that you wouldn't realize looking at it, or even really potentially on paper, until you type on it. There goes the light. Taya's group buy for that acrylic or polycarbonate case. Yeah, I'm also thinking I'm gonna get on that one. God, there's definitely a reason why you only do a couple of these things at a time. Where's the nail clippers gone? They're like in front of me somewhere, aren't they? Classic blindness. There they are. Below the mouse. I did say that I'm not going to hydrate for another half an hour because people did like 8 in a row, Dylan. Has it been half an hour? No, it hasn't. It's been 20 minutes. Has it been 35? No. Fine. Here you go. Just for you. The camera doesn't have true clean HDMI. Oh, yeah, that's... I need to, disable that, basically. M50? I don't know what the M50 is. C920 is the one that I would recommend, or a C930E, webcam-wise. The difference between the Tofu 60 and the Tofu 65 is just the case. PCB-wise, it's a DZ60 or a DZ65. But you can put any poker-compatible motherboard PCB into one of those Tofu... Any tray mount case can fit any tray mount PCB. Well, you know, if it's a 65 and a 65 has blockers, like... Think about that stuff. But when someone says Tofu 65, they're pretty much talking about the case. Everyone has their laptop cameras and you're looking like you're on TV. Bingo! Alright. Well, there is still a lot to do. There's all the switches, there's the actual microcontroller, the reset switches, there's a bunch of capacitors we need to do, the crystal has to go on. I think I'll leave the rest of it for the next stream because we are about to hit that 3-hour point. And I do have a life, I have a job, I got commitments that I have to stick to. Yeah, my commitments. But this is what we will be building. It's what we will be finishing. This will turn into this. Slowly. Slowly but surely. There you go. I know that if I keep going, I will end up going to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, which keeps happening for some reason. It has been a pleasure keeping company with all of you. If anyone has any final questions while I'm doing a little bit of cleanup and stuff, feel free. Maybe someone could suggest the person we can raid. You want me to dab again? I think we'll lose neology if you make me do that. tell you what, I will shout you to ramen to make up for all the expensive chat points you're spending right now. I do like Super Smash Brothers. I like Super Smash Brothers very, very much. We actually just held an internal tournament amongst a bunch of employees and software devs at Seek. It was a lot of fun. I came second place. I got absolutely throttled by first place. I mean, I almost won a single round, which was cool. Feedbead? Yeah, let's do that. Let's raid Feedbead. Anarchy Kitchen. The project is a Discipad. I finished one. Working on a second one. Going to finish that one off on the next stream. Was just doing a bit of tutorial practice and sort of showing people the different results of different techniques. But this is what we'll finish building next stream. Probably do maybe some custom cables on the next one as well. Got some cables, custom cables I need to make for some giveaway winners. That kind of thing-a-ling. My posture was already in great form. Thank you very much. You'll just have to trust. But yes. Turning this into that. We'll finish that off on the next one. Let's have a look at this feed bead person, hey? Can we bead the feed? Almost clicked the 1 minute advertisement. That would have been terrible. Who was it? Feed bead. I like myself a bit of Smash Brothers. Is that right? Feedbead, 1 viewer. How about we bomb this person with 20 of us? How does that sound? Keeb fiends? How about we be some Smash fiends for a little while? Jump in the raid. Let's try and get 20 of us. One more. Thank you very much, fam. Love you all. Appreciate your company tonight while we worked on these keyboard projects. Keep on fiending for Keebs and I'll keep making content. In the meantime, let's go watch some Smash.